I pass the Dusty, just a couple quick notes. As I go through the webinar, please feel free to use the WebEx Q&A feature to submit questions. You can just mouse over that tab at the top of your screen to access the Q&A. We'll monitor those questions through the webinar, and we'll answer them all at the end of the session, as long as there's time to get to them. We'll reply to any that we don't get to via email. We'll also send out a copy of this presentation through email after we're done, and we're going to be sending out a recording of the webinar as well later in the week, so you can distribute that to other team members if you'd like. Dusty, I'll pass it to you now.
Thanks so much, Michelle, and welcome everybody to the LiveLOOK Co-Browse Technology for Insurance Organization presentation today. As Michelle shared, I have been in and around call centers for the last 25 years. And with that, today hoping to share and talk a little bit about co-browse. What is co-browse? What does co-browse mean for insurance companies, and what can it do for you? And what are some of the important things you need to look at if looking to make a co-browse decision to help you with the customers that visit you via the web? That shared, I'd like to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about LiveLOOK and what we do and why we're different, and then talk about the space as a whole. First of all, folks, when you look at co-browse, there's a lot of different options out there. And there's some good and some bad. And the things that you want to look for are tools that have the capabilities that we offer here at LiveLOOK. First of all, you want to look for a tool that gives you the ability to be able to join a customer on their screen without requiring any download. Make it as quick and as easy as possible for people to join you on screen. And many times the people who need the help on screen are those who are already technology challenged. And that shared, having them download something to be able to share their screen sometimes just adds insult to injury. You also want to make sure that when you are looking for a browse application, that tool is universally compatible. What does that mean? Here at LiveLOOK, our application is agnostic to the operating system that they're using. We don't care if they're on a Windows a computer or a Mac computer or whatever. But along with that, it needs to be browser agnostic. Something that it doesn't matter what browser they're using, they're going to be able to come to you and not worry about having to download anything, and also not having to worry, do they have the right browser up, or will their computer be accepted when they want to co-browse. And that's important for your agents as well, so they can get to those customers and help them. Now, along with that, you want to make sure that you have security in place. We're going to talk a bit about security today and why that's important, especially with dealing with a lot of financial institutions like we do, a lot of insurance companies, and a lot of retail. PCI compliance and HIPAA compliance become very, very important. This thing, looking at LiveLOOK, is we marry all three of those together into a single offering. And we'll talk about the space now and how things work. As you look at it, here at LiveLOOK, we're dealing with many different verticals. Michelle mentioned the insurance companies, Blue Shield Primera and Blue Cross of Florida. We also deal within the financial world, American Express, Chase Bank. We're dealing with retailers such as the Container Store, Nike, just to name a few. A lot of these customers are using our product or using a co-browse product, these in this case using our product, because it's in helping them enhance what they're able to deliver to customers via the web. Whether it's filling out a form or new software in the case of TurboTax, using that new software, filling out the taxes, looking at my account online, or filling out an application for a loan, or just re-upping for health insurance, or making a claim on an auto insurance. Many times when you come to the web is a great way for people to do self-service and take care of things. Sometimes the websites aren't as intuitive as we want them to be, and you want to make sure that you're there to help them and train them on how to use your website going forward. That comfort level and help them through the process. So as you look at it, co-browse is an ability for the customer to be able to share their screen with your agent in real time. So as a customer, if I'm having a challenge on the web and talk to somebody, they might be able to talk me through it, but it really helps if somebody's able to look over my shoulder and see what I'm seeing in real time and help me through that process. When we talk about screen sharing is just the reverse. It's the agent's ability to share their screen with a customer. If we look at it, we're starting to find a lot of people, a lot of third-party analysts now starting to follow up on co-browse. Being in center for the last 25 years, there's been a lot of new technologies. And new technologies, as they come in, people start to wonder what they can do and will they help, and they start to evaluate what's helping within their own call centers. And then it becomes a process of, you know what, that's out there, it's worked, it's proven, and that's when the third-party analysts start to take a look at it. Frost & Sullivan recently looked at co-browse and found that it's one of the strongest ways to improve the customer experience is to join forces with that customer using collaboration tools such as web co-browse. Another third-party analyst, Frost & Sullivan, they did a study, and in that study, they found of Live Assist communication channels, phone, chat, co-browse had the highest customer satisfaction rating. Now, if you think about it, that makes sense, because being able to talk to somebody is a wonderful way to communicate. Being able to chat is a wonderful way to communicate, but you're missing one of the key senses that everybody needs in communication, and that's the visual. By adding co-browse, you're allowing your agents to see what the customer is talking about. Whether it's filling out that form, and Mary may be trying to fill out a form, and if she's filling out that form and having a challenge, sometimes you're guessing at trying to point her to the right thing, and is she following the direction to get to where she needs to be? But they're visually collaborating with her, you are assured that Mary's going to get where she needs to be the first time. So adding co-browse, as Frost & Sullivan says, really adds to improving that customer experience. So how do we co-browse? Well, co-browse has to be launched. In our case, the launch is not requiring a download. It's as simple as just having a launch point on your website. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. One is agent initiated. There you would have a launch point, maybe at the bottom of a page or at the footer, maybe somewhere else on the website, where a customer is already talking or chatting with an agent, and the agent can lead them to the launch point. To do this is to have a proactive approach for your customer, so that your customer comes to the website, they're having a challenge, they may see a button there that says, help with form, or help with claim, or whatever verbiage you would want to add to it. A launch point is nothing more than a simple JavaScript added to your website. And when a customer clicks on that, they're taken to what we call an engagement window. Engagement window is a configurable page where you're able to enter your company's logo, you're able to enter your company's colors, and you're also able to put disclaimer information. The nice thing about co-browse is a customer is accepting to it, and they're accepting it by going through the two steps. A customer only has two. Yes, Michelle?
Sorry to interrupt. I just got a quick note from somebody saying that they weren't in the slides advanced. If anybody's having that problem, if you could send me a quick note and let me know if I need to do a little bit of troubleshooting. Everything is moving along okay.
Okay.
Just give me 1 minute just to hear back from the group to see if everybody's seeing things.
All right.
Okay, looks like a couple logged off and are going to log back in. So let's pause just for a couple minutes. Apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll wait about a minute or two for this group that we're having trouble to log back in.
Oh, sounds great.
Okay, looks like everybody's back in. So Dusty, if you want to keep going and just shoot me a Q&A note if anybody has trouble seeing slides again, okay?
Okay. We should be on a page right now that says example of co-browse, and it says engagement window. Again, with the engagement window, folks, this is your customer making a conscious decision to their screen with your agent. On the engagement window, you have the ability to put in hours of operation, a disclaimer, promotions, special information in regards to changes in regards to insurance, things like that where you can enter it here. And once a customer reads the information and accepts it, then they're taken to the next page. Now, again, the customer has only had to make 2 clicks here. Downloads, just 2 clicks. One on the launch point and another on the engagement page. Once they get to this page, they're given a 5-digit code. In case of being speaking to an agent, whether they have already been speaking to an agent and were directed or were proactive, they're given an 800 number here. They dial in, they can talk to the agent, and they share that 5-digit code with the agent. Wonderful thing, co-browse is also available via chat. Many customers and demographics are looking to do chat versus voice. So co-browse should work with both voice and chat. In the chat case, it's real nice where an agent can send a link to a customer, and the customer can click that link, and they will not need to enter the 5-digit code. For the token component, when they share the code with the agent just pulls up the widget in their tray, enter that 5-digit code, and once you do that, within a few seconds, the agent is able to see what that customer is seeing in real time. We're on a slide right now that's showing side by side the consumer and the agent. Now, a couple of key things about a good co-browse is you want to make sure that the customer knows that the screen is being shared right now. In LiveLOOK case, we add a toolbar to the top of the customer screen, and you can see that right up here where it gives them the 5-digit code. It lets them know that agent can now see your screen, and it also gives the customer the ability to disconnect should they want to. Now, as you look at it too, if you look at that consumer screen and then you look at the agent screen, there is a difference. On the side, we have some of our security in place, and we've limited to the browser. One of the customers is a large online education group, and they deal an awful lot with the military, and with young military personnel around the world. And when signing up a new student for courses, they were concerned that the young military personnel around the world may have things up that were unsavory in the background. They wanted to make sure that it was limited so the agent could only see the web page. So again, with security, you can limit to the browser, you can limit to the page, or you can also limit by line item. And we'll talk more about that and how that helps you with PCI and HIPAA compliance. So, as you look at it, there's a lot of different types of insurance out there. There's healthcare, there's life insurance, auto, property. Starting out with health insurance. Health insurance over the last few years has had some challenges with regards to customer satisfaction scores. Some of the challenge has come from being able to respond quickly to customers, being able to help them filling out forms and doing different things online, or just responding. Well, there's a new act coming out of Washington, D.C., the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act is designed to help consumer-level individuals deal with their needs for health insurance. In the past, health insurance companies dealt a lot on the B2B side. They were dealing with businesses to help insure individuals that worked for them. With the new Health Affordability Care Act, the whole world is going to be turned on edge, because now instead of dealing with a lot of businesses, you're going to be dealing with more consumers. You're going to have people out there who are no longer getting insurance from the people or the places that they work. They'll be given a stipends or something to go out and find their own insurance. Now with that, now it becomes even more imperative for health insurance to improve how they help that customer and that overall customer experience. These people are going to be coming online to check out and do comparative shopping. As a fact, along with the Affordable Care Act, right in the Affordable Care Act is a program, and it is part of it, is the Insurance Exchange. The Insurance Exchange is a set of state regulations and standardizing healthcare plans from which individuals may purchase insurance that are eligible for federal subsidies. Every state has to have one of these programs in place, and effective by January 1st, 2014. What this will do is it'll set it up so that the insurance companies working through the exchange will need to be able to help educate the exchange on what they offer and how they can help people with different maladies as they're looking for insurance and which program best meets their needs. I mean, if I have diabetes, I need a different policy than someone has a chronic heart disease or something else. So not only can a good browse help you with that end consumer, but through a portal, it can help you with the exchange group and different providers that are out there. And look at it, and I was shocked by this information. On a daily basis, 10,000 people are, the baby boomers, are reaching the point where they need to apply for Medicare and Medicaid. The number is going to continue through 2030. And we look at those people that are reaching that age and are going to need help with Medicare and Medicaid. Many times those are the people who did not grow up with computers, those people who may be computer challenged, and we need to find a way to help those people as they come online to research, as they come online to fill out applications, as they come online to make claims. What it does is it gives you a visual chance to join those customers and help them through their process. Now, a lot of that applies as well to auto, life, and property insurance. Auto, life, and property insurance has fared better when it comes to customer experience, but inside of that, it comes to the point of who is continuing to deliver that high level and white glove service to their customers. Many times within these types of policies, people are going for the best value. Where can I get the best bang for my dollar? It's proven through a recent study that those insurance companies in auto, life, and property that are scoring very, very high in customer experience are not only retaining their customers, but their customers are spreading the word and also more tolerant to slight price increases than those who are dealing with organizations that don't deliver service. As a matter of fact, those companies that aren't delivering white glove, best in customer experience, not only are they losing customers, but their customers are going away by a large number to find that better service. So you need to make sure that you're delivering good quality service to the customer, helping them through the process, helping them with a claim. Most recently, my son, 21-year-old boy, I helped him get a new car, and it's a used car. He had the car about a week, and he was in the right lane of a two-lane road, and he was heading out of town. There was a gentleman in the left lane. The gentleman in the left lane, at the last minute, changed his mind and decided he had to make a right turn into a parking lot, and he T-boned my son. My son, okay. But it totaled his new-to-him car. Now, the that I saw in looking at this for my son was it took a tremendous amount of time for that insurance provider, that gentleman's insurance provider, to help my son with that claim. And it turned out the gentleman was having trouble getting the information entered and taking care of the claim himself. And so for 3 weeks, my son was with a rental car before they were able to take care of him. The piece of information on that little story is my son knows who that provider was. And looking at that, the fact that it took so long to move through the process to get his claim taken care of, I don't know that my son will ever be looking at that particular provider for support. It's all about the experience that's delivered. So, Michelle, I've seen you run into a challenge with my screen freezing here.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Go back to this. And now, there we go. Got it fixed, folks. So right now, we're finding that a lot of insurance companies are very concerned about their brand, investing in customer experience. A recent study has shown that through 2012-2013, one of the top concerns is customer experience. And topping that list is co-browsing, technology that's helping them aid those customers that are coming in via the web and helping them improve their experience. So, one of the things that are important, well, for sales of insurance, whether you are a health insurance, whether you're on life, on auto, or whatever it may be, customers are coming to your website to look at information in regards to the different policies that are available to them. And in doing so, many times they have to fill out an application or a form, and sometimes those forms can be daunting, and they're quite sure what information they need to enter to fill out the form appropriately. So we're there to help them through the form. You make the process much easier and less time-consuming for the individual who's filling out the information. The nice thing is, by joining them, not only can you talk to what they're looking at or help them get to what they need to look at, but you're also given a chance to introduce new ideas and new thoughts to them. So if I'm looking for a health insurance program, and you know where can I get discounts, or what can help me reduce this cost? Very easily, I can have Mary Hey, Mary, click over here. Or, you know what, Mary, let me drive your mouse over there. Here, Mary. And Mary clicks there. We could start talking about, well, Mary, if you join a gym, and here are gyms in your area you can join, you can reduce your payment by this. Or, you know what, Mary, look at your auto insurance. You know what, for just $2 more a month, we can increase the amount of protection that you have based on your driving record. So it helps you to be able to see what they're looking at, and it allows you to come up with new ideas as you're helping that customer through the process. You help them set up the policies that they need and choose the appropriate options to best meet their needs by being able to visually join them. And in doing so, you're all helping the member, once they become your customer, with any aspects of service. A lot of times people go to these websites, just check out their policy, make sure they have things covered. Years ago, I had bought my wife a new bracelet, and the first time she wore it, she lost it. The challenge was I did have a rider on my policy that allowed me to have that covered, and I just needed to go check to make sure it was there. Luckily, the bracelet was turned in. We got it back. I didn't have to make a claim. But again, by being able to join a customer, you're able to train them how to better use your website, whether it's paying a bill, managing the policies, just finding out new resources or new information that can help me better manage my health, better manage my cars, my home, and my life insurance policy. Especially with life insurance being so much into investment today, many customers or members are going to the website on a regular basis to look at how their investments are doing and how things are moving for them. You want to be there the first time to train them and help them. And if they become accustomed to using the website, they're going to need less support, or they're going to get further into your site before they need support until the point that they become completely self-sufficient. Also mentioned claim processing, my son's accident. Being able to go onto a site, fill out the information about the accident, and then track the claim would have made things much nicer for the gentleman who had hit my son. And if my son would have been able to even go on to a site and track it, or had help to be able to track it, that would have been huge because he would have known where it stood and not been in limbo. This also would have been a huge thing because it could have potentially taken a bad scenario where one of an insurer's customers caused an accident, but it could have helped them to be able to earn another customer had their process been such where it would have been clean, quick, simple, and easy. And that's where being able to help people online get the processes makes it so important, because it's not just the deal you have on the table, it's those that are affected by the deal that could potentially become your customer that are watching as well. So another thing that's important is supplier portals. A lot of companies are using brokers. With health insurance, they're going to be using the Affordability Care Act and the exchange groups. We'll need to find out more information about your policies, how they work, and they come to you for that information. You need to make it easy for them to get in, look at the information, and get guidance on the areas that they have questions. Be trained on how to use that portal so it's as easy and as user-friendly as they need it to be. And if it's not user-friendly, you need to be there to support it. Many of my customers, when they roll out a new portal, add additional seats of co-browse so that they can help those customers through the process, or the providers through the process. One thing I'm hearing from a lot of folks within medical areas is doctors are really, really smart people, and doctors are also one of the biggest culprits when it comes to being technology challenged as well as wanting to get what they need in a moment's notice. So for those providers that are doctors in health insurance, being able to join that doctor and walk to where he needs and get him through the process quickly and efficiently becomes paramount. Again, doctors aren't always really good with technology, and doctors, don't want to get what they want to get when they want it. And I'm thinking if I was seeing you folks, I'd see a few heads shaking in agreement right now. But again, for providers, you're able here to take care of the consumers and able to take care of the providers that are presenting your product sets. So what this means is in regards to metric impact. First of all, one of the key metrics is with co-browse, you're now able to help improve that customer's experience. It's always important, but now within health insurance, it's a mandate. You have to provide good, solid, clean service to those customers that you're contending with. Well, with that, you need to be able to handle a call and reduce the time that a consumer's on the web or on the phone. One of the customers Michelle mentioned earlier is Premera Blue Cross Blue Shield. Every year with Premera, people are going into the insurance company to fill out their application for their annual health insurance. When they didn't have our tool in place, they were coming to the website and they would start to fill out a form and they would have a problem and they'd call in. Now, when they called in, they would get an agent who had to try to guess what page they were on. Now, even if they knew what page they are on, they didn't know where Mary was pushing her cursor to. And they could direct Mary to click something in the upper right-hand corner, but guess what? Mary may not have clicked the right thing and may have ended up in the weeds. The challenge for them was that the average call duration was 50 minutes in helping somebody fill out the application online. Once they added co-browse, they were able to reduce that call duration to 8 minutes. That's a huge return on investment and a huge increase in customer satisfaction because the technology frustration that the customer was feeling just went through the floor because there was somebody there to hold their hand and walk them through the process. And there we go. So what does it do also? It increases first call resolution. Because now when you're helping that person fill out the form, whether it's a new application for auto insurance or home insurance, or whether it's an application for life insurance, or whether it's a claim, being there and seeing what they're putting down, the accuracy of the information, and helping them through the process is increasing the first call resolution rate. It's increasing the accuracy so that they're not having to come back to a form time and time again, reducing the handle time, and overall increasing that customer satisfaction rating. By doing this, you're making it comfortable for those people who may not have been computer savvy to come back to the web time and time again and become more self-sufficient using your website. You know, we'll look at Northrop Grumman, the tool to be tremendously helpful. You see what he shared here, but to boil it out in the way he shared it with me was, almost a Charlton Heston moment. Dusty, you couldn't pull our dead cold fingers off of the co-browse tool. Because the tool has helped them that dramatically with the customers who are having difficulty on the site. They're now able to walk them through a process, resolve the process quickly, efficiently, and accurately the first time through. Inner Store used the tool for their partner portal, and they found the tool to be very quick and easy to install because of software as a service model or software as a service. There is no hardware for our application, for its hosted application, which means No hardware on site for you. It's quick and easy setup, quick and easy training because the tools should be intuitive, and it allows your agents to start using it almost immediately. And that's what they found at the Container Store. So, some key considerations for insurance companies. When you're looking for a co-browse application, you want to look for a tool that requires no downloads. Again, the only thing they have to do is click a launch point. You want that the tool is universally compatible. No matter what computer, what browser that customer is using, you want them to be able to share their screen with your agent. Because you don't want anybody to be disenfranchised because they're using one or another type of application. You want to help all your customers and treat them with respect. And you want it to be an instant connect, instant on. Within a couple of seconds, you should be able to share screen with your customer and help them in the area that they need help. Along with that, you want something that's easy to deploy. Again, in the last 25 years, I've worked with a lot of premise-based solutions where once they say, yes, I want to do something, they have to build the servers out to do what it needs to do, and then need to come on site and take a whole lot of your team's time to do an implementation. And there's the daily care and feeding of that server to make sure it works and does what it's supposed to do. There's patches, and let's not forget, every 3 or 4 years it requires an annualized a forklift upgrade where they need to pull the server out and put a new server in. SaaS model, you don't have that because all of the hardware is taken care of in the background in highly secured locations for you. You don't worry about it. You're basically, when you set up to use a co-browse solution, it should be no more than loading a launch point and security components that you need. Win for the LiveLOOK co-browse solution is we do not have to load code to every page. You have to load it to those areas where you have a launch point or you have a security component to a page. And from that point, you're able to go to any page where the customer needs to take you. You want a tool that's fast and easy to provision. So as you add agents or as you initially set up, it can be done within a day. Very quick, very easy, and very clean. And the tool should be easy to train. For customers, it needs to be intuitive. And for the agent, it needs to be intuitive. As you saw with what we showed you earlier, or shared with you earlier, you're just looking at a couple of clicks on either side. You're able to share screen with that customer, making it quick, easy, clean, helping you make sure that you're increasing that customer's satisfaction, taking care of their needs and wants in a timely fashion, and making life easier for them, and helping them understand how to use your websites going forward. Now let's talk about the security, especially in insurance, financial, as well as retail, and in many areas. Security is a key thing. You want to make sure that the connection is a secured connection, and you want to make sure that it's encrypted. Along with that, when an agent is on site with a customer, you want to be able to control what that agent sees. When you're controlling it by saying limited to the browser or to certain pages within your website, or limiting it by line item, as you're seeing here, where we can block out the credit card information so your agents can follow them right into a checkout of a new policy. Those are things that you want to have so that your customers feel safe and secure. Information you want to share with them on that engagement page that this is a fully secured application and none of your information will be shared, none of your key information will be shared with agent. Security is key. HIPAA compliance is key. PCI compliance is key. You need to have those things because if you're not doing them, fines that are out there are challenging at best. So that's it, folks. That's the information on how co-browsing lists within the insurance arenas. Hopefully, we've been able to answer questions for you that are in the health arena, life insurance arena, auto, and property. What questions do you have for us?
Thanks, Dusty. It's Michelle again. I'm going through some questions that got submitted through the Q&A, and I think we'll probably only have time for one or two, but I will package up these questions and send them out to the full group individually, just so everybody gets a sense of what else was asked and have access to those answers as well. The first question that came through earlier in the presentation was, how comfortable are customers with the idea of co-browsing with an agent?
Fantastic question. Fantastic question. Years ago, chat was a new application, and people weren't real comfortable with it up front. As you look around now, about everybody has chat on their website or they're looking to add chat. People are a lot more comfortable with technology today than they've ever been in the past. They understand that the securities that can be added and the tools, if they have the securities in place, pose no threats to them. You're looking at the younger generation. I don't know about a lot of you folks, but I have kids that grew up with computers or cell phones or things in their hand. They're not afraid of technology. Along with that, I also have aunts and uncles in their 70s and 80s who are now getting computers, and they're communicating with their family members via the computers. And because of what they see from the younger generation using these applications, they're not afraid of the technologies either. They're going in, they're using these tools to improve the quality of their experience and to help them through processes that they were challenged with before. That answered your question.
I'm going to ask one more question, but we've got several really good ones that would just be a little bit too long to answer in the allotted time. So we'll definitely follow up on those concerning HIPAA compliance and security. But I'll give you an easy one, Dusty. How does co-browsing work with chat?
Co-browsing works very, very well with chat, and that's a great question as well. As shared in the presentation, you need voice or you need chat to communicate as you have the visual experience. With our solution, we're partnered with many of the best-in-breed chat solutions that are out there today, and we have our own chat solution. That being shared, with chat, I can be chatting with an agent, sharing that I'm having a problem on a page, and very simply, that agent from their chat tool, from the canned responses, can pull the link, enter it in, and pop it out to the customer. And when the customer clicks on that link, it automatically enters them into a co-browse scenario. It's a very quick, very streamlined process that makes it easy for the person who's chatting with an agent to share their screen and to continue their chat and receive help as moving through your website. One question, a wonderful marriage. Marrying chat and co-browse together, it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly, I guess.
Great answer, Dusty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, we will package up the rest of these Q&A questions and answers to send to all of the attendees along with a copy of the presentation. We did record this session, so we'll send you a link to that recording as well by the end of this week so that you can watch it again, distribute that internally, whatever you'd like to do with that. Again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit in on our webinar, and we'll be in touch very soon with some follow-up. Thank you much.
Thank you, everyone, for your time today. Bye-bye.